ฮัลโหลสวัสดีครับ Good morning everyone นะฮะ มีใครอยู่บ้างเนี่ย ฮัลโหลได้ยินชัดนะครับ โอเค ทีนี้สำหรับใครที่เข้ามาแล้ว ให้เหมือนเดิมครับ แพทเทิร์นเดิมๆ พิมพ์ชื่อนามสกุลและ ID student ลงไปในแชทบ็อกซ์เลยครับ พร้อมเรียนหรือยัง วันนี้ครั้งที่4สัปดาห์หน้าต้องไปสอนที่มหาวิทยาลัยแล้วใช่ไหม
ไม่ทราบเหมือนกันนะฮะ
ยังไม่ประกาศเลยใช่ไหมหรือว่ายังไง
ครับผมก็ยังไม่รู้ว่าต้องไปเรียนที่มหาลัยหรือเปล่าครับ
แต่เท่าที่มหาลัยประกาศคือ1 เดือนใช่ไหมครับ หรือว่าต้องรอประกาศอีกรอบหนึ่ง
ใช่ครับประกาศรอบแรกเขาให้แค่ถึงสิ้นเดือนนี้ครับ
อืมเศร้าเลยเนาะอยากอยู่บ้านใช่ไหม หรือว่าอยากไปมหาลัย
อืมก็ไปในมหาลัยก็ได้ครับมันเทอมสุดท้ายแล้ว
ใช่เนาะเพราะว่าเราเรียนออนไลน์ทั้งปีใช่ไหมครับทั้
ใช่
งปีปะ
ครับ
อืม
ทั้งเอ่อทั้งปีไหม
ไม่ถึงว่า
มันแล้วแต่ค
ไม่
น
ถึงว่าเราก็ผ่านมาแล้ว1 เทอมถูกไหมคือถ้าเกิดว่าต้องเรียนออนไลน์ต่อก็คือทั้งปีนะถูกไหมเออ
แต่ผมก็เรียนมาแล้ว2 เทอมนะ
2 เทอมก็คือเทอมอ๋อเหรอตั้งแต่เทอม2 เทอมมัน
แต่
แค่เทอ
แต่
มเดียว
แต่ว่าของปี3 เทอม 2อันนั้นคือแบบเรียนกับมหาลัยอีกที่หนึ่งครับไปแลกเปลี่ยนไม่
อ๋
ได้เรียนกับของม
อ
ศวครับ
อ๋อโอเค good เราเมเจอร์จีนทุกคนใช่ไหมครับในเซกนี้ถูกไหมพี่เพิ่งได้พี่ใช่อาจารย์แล้วกันนะเพิ่งได้ไอตัว criteria ในการตัดเกรดก็คือ650ตัด A ใช่ไหมครับสำหรับคลาสนี้สำหรับเซกนี้นะเพราะฉันไม่วอรี่นะครับ650ได้อยู่แล้วอืมใครที่เข้ามาแล้วนะฮะตอนนี้เรามีประมาณ20 กว่าคนละนะครับพิมพ์ชื่อนามสกุลนะครับแล้วก็ ID student เพราะว่าไอต้องแคปชื่อส่งเขาเป็นยังไงบ้างเท่าที่เรียน TOEIC มาพอ get concept idea ไหมครับหรือว่ายังเหมือนเดิม
พอได้นิดหน่อยครับ
โอเคดีมากครับ alright good นะครับเริ่มเลยแล้วกันนะฮะแป๊บหนึ่งนะขอเช็คก่อนโอเค good เริ่มเลยแล้วกันนะครับ so alright so today class ECP English for Career Preparation TOEIC right preparation okay so let's say like class number 4 so we study 3 classes before, right? It's all about like a TOEIC format that we have to take in the real exam, right? So basically, what our challenging part would be for listening would be part 3, conversation, and part 4, talks, okay? And sometimes we need to understand the way that the exam has to test your ability, for example, like reading comprehension. Okay, so might be the most challenging task as well, because reading is kind of like we have to read very quickly in a limited time, right? Let's say like in each item you need to finish just only 1 minute. So sometimes if you're really not improving your reading skill, it might have a problem later when it comes to do the tests. Okay, so here today, class number 4. So we are covering for photo and question response. So we're going to do the practice test together. Question response. Okay, so maybe 25 question and then photo for 6 questions, right? But it's not that hard. I just want to let you do, and then you just examine your ability, how many questions that you can get from this kind of questions. Okay, so for the reading part, I'm going to teach you about how to handle with reading comprehension and reading strategies, as well as reading tips. Okay, reading comprehension, reading fluency, things like that. Okay, so if we have time, we're going to cover infinitive or gerund form in grammar. So it might be okay for all of you, right? Good. So let's say like photograph or question response in part 1 and 2. So what we need to do, this is not related to a question response because it's not that hard. I'm going to let you know the TOEIC, what the TOEIC measure your ability. So for the first part, photo and question response is not that hard because it's all about part 1 and 2 for the first beginning of listening section. Okay, so the listening might be challenging for part 3 and 4. I mean, section 3 conversation, section 4 talks. Okay, but what we need to understand the way of TOEIC test would be listening and reading measure your ability to listen, okay, real world English in business context, as well as like a listening for communication. So sometimes once we do the test, we have to understand that what we are going to listen is all about the way that we have to do in the future, especially when it comes to work. Okay, so the TOEIC test might not be easy for some person, but for those who are really quite good at English, they might seem like it's very easy just because it tests your ability to to understand the listening comprehension and reading comprehension. But I would say that you don't have to think about that it is hard or easy. But what we need to do is that come up with the practice test and try to change our skills to be better. It's okay? Yeah, so sometimes it depends on your English levels as well. Next one, I'm going to give an explanation about TOEIC. TOEIC is very important for you when it comes to finding a job or, apply for some jobs, okay? So it's depend on your ability to understand English. So when it comes to do the TOEIC test, we're gonna focus on listening skill and reading skill. So 2 skill in English is very important for a TOEIC test. So we need to come up with later, okay? And the TOEIC test is not that really, evaluate ability from the score, ranked from score, but I would say that if you are able to get 850, it would be considered as advanced level of English. So, okay, 850. But if you are intermediate, I would say that you can rank from 550 onto 800, until 750 or 800. So it's all about intermediate or upper intermediate, okay? Right. So it's all about like test of English proficiency. So what we need to do is that just understand English, practice English, and know the tip and strategy. That's all. So for more, okay. So the TOEIC test yeah, this kind of general overview, but I need to emphasize in order to make sure that you can handle the test properly. Okay. Anyway, the topic would be include finance, okay, healthcare, human resources, travel, and general business topics. So it's all about the topic related to the TOEIC test. So we need to understand finance, we need to understand healthcare, or we need to approach to human resources or any general business topic in order to make sure that you can understand in particular context, okay? All right, good. So here, this is reading comprehension tip and strategy. If you study with iPad, you can capture for the slide, or if you study with your way, you can take note for here. All right, so tip and reading strategy. Let's say the TOEIC test include different types of questions. So basically, I would say that reading comprehension or reading test rank from question number 148 until 200. Okay, so it means that you have to cover the proportion of a reading test at least 50% of a reading test. Okay, so it's a lot of a score if you can do this test. Okay, you can expect to see a question before about the main idea. So main idea is very important for you to make sure that you can get really matter for that topic. Okay, and it's the text and question is like explain a detail or any specific information. We need to do the scanning and skimming in order to make sure that you can get the meaningful, let's say, appropriate answer for that text, okay? And specific question star is often in the form of who, what, and why. Three question types, okay, that we have to identify. Just focus here, who, a person, okay? Maybe sometime it declares to job or occupation, or even what it means that we have to find the main idea, and why, the reason why. So sometimes like it causes a problem. What we need to understand is that we're going to go to see the reason why here. Okay, next one, inference. Inference means summary. Okay, you can take note here, summary, question, okay, requires you to make a certain conclusions based on information from text. Inference, sometimes it need not to written in the same text from the reading text, I would say, but what we need to do is that we have to understand how to paraphrase the sentence in different sentence, but it holds for the same meaning. So here, inference might be a little bit challenging if we don't really understand, and if some of your vocabulary is limited. I would say that we have to expand lots of vocabulary in order to do this kind of questions, okay? All right, so next one. If you are having trouble finding the right answer, what you need to do is that just remember that you can look for 3 wrong answers instead. So here this is kind of like we need to glance for 4 questions in each item. 1, 2, 3, 4, or A, B, C, D, right? So sometimes once we eliminate the choices, right? Let's say you eliminate choice A and B. So we're gonna do or consider just only 2 choices, which are C or D dot, right? Okay, so when it comes to the test, you need to you need to use a critical thinking and try to make sure that which one would be the best, which one would be possible answer, and which one would be really matched to the passage. Okay, so sometimes you can use the process of elimination, that is, right? Okay, by removing the wrong answers and choosing between remaining options. So this is a kind of specific information. Okay, so sometimes you might be asking about what is true or false. So the process of elimination is really matter for this kind of question. Okay, maybe let's review from the TOEIC test again. This is the kind of like general overview or topic. So what we need to do is that just understand first and then try to get involved with practice tests, okay? It is really helpful to do some practice tests. This is very important for all of you, just because I would say that at least you need to do TOEIC practice test at least 5 times before you go to the TOEIC test. Once you are not ready to do a practice test, you might not be expecting to get a very high score from that one. So be reminded again that do practice test is very important for all of you. Okay, and by taking practice tests, you will develop your own style that works best for you naturally. It means that some kind of questions might be really useful for you if you can remember the way that it tests your abilities. Because just because the TOEIC test is a little bit tricky, sometimes we understand when we are sure that it is the right answer. But when we consider, the answer key is wrong. So it means that we have to, precisely develop our own style in order to make sure that you can beat the better score from TOEIC. Okay. For more, what you need to avoid to do is that avoid spending too much time on one question. Just because this is the kind of speedy test, okay, the test that just remain only a few time for you, and some of you may running out of time that you cannot complete the test properly. So what I want you to do is that just practice with the length of time when you do the practice tests, okay? So let's say just only 1 minute per one question, that's all, right? So this is make your best guess and you can always return to the question at the end if you have extra time left. But be reminded again that for a reading part, I don't think that it has time remain just because we have to come up with whole 200 question in a certain time. So what I want you to do is just practice for one question per 1 minute and that's all, right? And finishing the TOEIC section in the right amount of time is very important and it's a very essential skill. So what you need to do is timing yourself, okay? Timing, let's say like give time to yourself and then timing yourself that it is probably happen in the real situation or not. So, okay. เป็นไงบ้างครับ รู้เรื่องไหมเนี่ยทำข้อสอบแล้วกันนะครับ ไม่มีอะไรมากแล้วนะสำหรับใครที่เพิ่งมานะครับ มีคนเพิ่งมาอีกไหมไม่น่ามีแล้วแหละนะครับ ก็พิมพ์ชื่อนามสกุลนะครับ ลงไปในแชทบ็อกซ์เดี๋ยวไอจะแคปเจอร์ให้ทีนี้เราจะมานั่งทำข้อสอบด้วยกันแล้วกันนะครับ สักครู่นะอยู่มาแล้วนะครับ ก็เราจะเริ่มทำนะครับวันนี้เนี่ยเป็น cover topic ก็คือเป็น question response นะ question response แล้วก็ photograph นะครับก็มีประมาณ30ข้อปกติแล้วเนี่ยอาจารย์ก็จะแบ่งเป็น QQ ไปนะครับก็คือจะรวมphotograph กับ question response เนี่ยเป็นพาร์ทแรกนะฮะแล้วก็เราก็จะมาทำเป็น conversation อีกวีคถัดไปนะฮะก็จะหมุนไปเรื่อยๆอีกวีคหนึ่งก็จะเป็น talk ปกติทั่วไปนะครับส่วน reading เนี่ยก็เหมือนเดิมครับผมก็จะ cover ตั้งแต่30ข้อแรกที่เป็น incomplete sentence ก็จะเป็น part grammar กับ vocab นะครับแล้วก็มี text completion เบาๆกับreading นะครับในส่วนแรกคือ reading ต้อง remind ไว้อย่างเงี้ยนะครับ reading ทั้งหมดเนี่ยตีเลขกลมๆก็คือ50ข้อนะให้อยู่ remind ไว้อย่างเงี้ยเลยนะครับไอ้30ข้อแรกเนี่ยจริงๆแล้วมันเป็น25กับ25นะครับ sorry 25ข้อแรกเนี่ยจะเป็น reading เป็น general topic ทั่วๆไปเช่นให้เราอ่าน let's say ว่าให้เราอ่าน advertising นะครับให้อ่านโฆษณาให้เราอ่าน excerpt from meeting หรือว่าแบบ ประกาศนะครับจากสนามบินจากร้านค้าหรือว่าจาก business context อะไรต่างๆนะครับทั้งหมดทั้งมวลเนี่ยอยู่ที่ประมาณ25ข้อTOEIC ใหม่นะครับ 2020 เนี่ยรู้สึกว่าจะมีพวกdiscussion ที่เป็น text messaging นิดหนึ่งก็คือแบบเฮ้ยคุยกันนะครับว่าประชุมมีอะไรบ้างเป็นเพื่อนร่วมงานคุยกันก็จะมีแอดเข้ามาประมาณ 4-5 ข้อนะครับเพราะฉะนั้นเอาง่ายๆคืออย่างนี้นะครับในส่วนของ reading เนี่ยอาจารย์บอกไว้ตรงนี้เลยแล้วกันนะครับว่าเราต้อง handle ให้ได้ 25 ข้อคือครึ่งหนึ่งของข้อสอบ reading นะตัดไปที่ reading คือข้อ 148 จนถึงข้อ 175 นะครับ remind ไว้เลย take note ไว้เลยนะครับข้อพวกนี้เนี่ย 25 ข้อแรกเนี่ยต้องเก็บเต็มนะครับต้องเก็บให้ได้ให้หมดเพราะว่า 1 ในส่วนของ 25 ข้อหลังที่เป็นอีเมลเนี่ยมันจะมีทั้งอีเมลตอบกลับแล้วก็อีเมลที่แอดพวกอินโฟกราฟิกเข้ามาด้วยนะครับซึ่งตรงนั้นเนี่ยมันจะต้องแบบใช้ critical กับ analytical skill ค่อนข้างเยอะและมีโอกาสพลาดสูงด้วยนะครับเพราะฉะนั้นอีกอย่างหนึ่งคือ running out of time ก็คือไม่มีเวลาพอนะเพราะฉะนั้นถ้าเกิดว่าเราจะ cover reading ให้หมดนะครับทั้ง200 ข้อเนี่ยต้องมานั่งดูดีๆว่าเรา speed test เร็วหรือเปล่านะครับ30 วิได้ไปแล้ว1ข้อเนี่ยทำได้หรือเปล่าเพราะมันต้องเร็วเบอร์นั้นเลยนะครับถ้ายังช้าอยู่เก็บข้อที่ควรได้เป็นพอนะครับสำหรับคะแนน650 ถึง 700นั่นเองนะโอเคไหมครับพร้อมยังจะเริ่มทำข้อสอบแล้วนะครับให้ทุกคนนะครับใครที่อยู่บ้านหรือว่าเอาสมุดหรือว่าไม่ใช่สมุดเอากระดาษขึ้นมาก็ได้นะครับเขียนข้อไปเลยครับข้อ1ถึงข้อ31 okay everyone understand what I'm saying right you just write it down number 1 to 31 we're gonna do the listening practice test photograph and question response today พร้อมนะครับเดี๋ยวซูมตัดนะฮะต้องรีบสอน 1 2 3 go
Mark your answer. This listening test. In the listening test, you will be asked to demonstrate how well you understand spoken English. The entire listening test will last approximately 45 minutes. There are 4 parts, and directions are given for each part. You must mark your answers on the separate answer sheet. Do not write your answers in your test book. Part 1. Directions. For each question in this part, you will hear 4 statements about a picture in your test book. When you hear the statements, you must select the one statement that best describes what you see in the picture. Then, find the number of the question on your answer sheet and mark your answer. The statements will not be printed in your test book and will be spoken only one time. Look at the example item below. Now, listen to the 4 statements. A.
They're moving some furniture.
B.
They're entering a meeting room.
C.
They're sitting at a table.
D.
They're cleaning the carpet.
Statement C
They're sitting at a table.
is the best description of the picture, so you should select answer C and mark it on your answer sheet. Now, part 1 will begin. Number 1. Look at the picture marked number 1 in your test book. A.
A man is opening a drawer.
B.
A man is wiping a counter.
C.
A man is ordering a meal.
D.
A man is pouring a beverage.
Number 2. Look at the picture marked number 2 in your test book. A.
A bicycle has been loaded onto a truck.
B.
Cyclists are riding down a city street.
C.
Several cars are parked in a row.
D.
A driver is getting out of a vehicle.
Number 3. Look at the picture marked number 3 in your test book. A,
A woman is hanging up a sign.
B,
Some customers are waiting in line.
C,
Some customers are paying for some merchandise.
D.
A woman is wearing a jacket.
Number 4. Look at the picture marked number 4 in your test book. A,
Some people are entering a building.
B,
Some people are holding on to a railing.
C,
Some people are crossing a road.
D.
Some people are descending some stairs.
Number 5. Look at the picture marked number 5 in your test book. A,
A projector is being repositioned on a desk.
B,
Some printed materials are being distributed to a class.
C,
An audience is listening to a lecturer.
D.
Some people are organizing a workplace.
Number 6. Look at the picture marked number 6 in your test book. A,
A lamp has been attached to the wall.
B,
A door has been left open.
C,
An office is unoccupied.
D.
A keyboard is covered with file folders.
Part 2. Directions. You will hear a question or statement and 3 responses spoken in English. They will not be printed in your test book and will be spoken only one time. Select the best response to the question or statement and mark the letter A, B, or C on your answer sheet. Now, let us begin with question number 7. Number 7.
Let's meet in front of the theater at 5.
A,
Okay, I'll see you there.
B,
I thought it cost $6.
C,
It's nice to meet you.
Number 8.
When will the sink be repaired?
A,
No, I don't think so.
B,
From the hardware store.
C,
By the end of the week.
Number 9.
Have they painted this lobby?
A,
On the last page.
B,
It is brighter in here now.
C,
There's one at the entrance.
Number 10.
Where did you put those budget estimates?
A,
They're on my desk.
B,
Yes, I did.
C,
He's at his attorney's office.
Number 11.
Who's responsible for hiring decisions?
A,
Ramon, the managing director.
B,
The last week of each quarter.
C,
I was hired last August.
Number 12.
Isn't there a sporting event at the arena tonight?
A,
No, I prefer art exhibits.
B,
I guess he does.
C,
Let me check the schedule.
Number 13.
Has your boss approved your transfer yet?
A,
I just put in the request.
B,
If you don't mind, thanks.
C,
Let's get off at the next stop.
Number 14.
Could you pick Mr. Peterson up from the airport?
A,
I haven't picked one.
B,
A long flight.
C,
Sure, at what time?
Number 15.
How do you get to work every day?
A,
We always start at 9.
B,
I take the local train.
C,
It's very busy here.
Number 16.
I can't read the patient's handwriting on these forms.
A.
Ask her to fill them out again.
B.
It is a well-written film.
C.
That depends on which post office.
Number 17.
When is my first appointment today?
A.
Around 15%.
B.
Yes, that's what I meant.
C.
Not until after lunch.
Number 18.
Why hasn't the real estate contract been signed yet?
A.
It's under review.
B.
I'm not signed up.
C.
A few acres.
Number 19.
How many kitchen appliances have been sold this week?
A.
It's easy to apply.
B.
Around 30, I think.
C.
We sell refrigerators.
Number 20.
Would you mind if I kept the door open?
A.
Isn't the hallway too noisy?
B.
In the second drawer.
C.
Yes, you can use it.
Number 21.
When is the team from Conrad Company expected to arrive?
A.
In the international terminal.
B.
All the way from Amsterdam.
C.
Ahmed made all those arrangements.
Number 22.
This is the last interview scheduled for today, isn't it?
A.
It does have a lovely view.
B.
No, there's one more.
C.
They preferred the old schedule.
Number 23.
Which caterer is supplying food for the company picnic?
A.
A large supply order.
B.
The same one we used last year.
C.
The orders have come in over the phone.
Number 24.
Why don't we ask for 2 office assistants?
A.
Yes, that's a good idea.
B.
She works in human resources.
C.
No, just a few days.
Number 25.
Have we sold more tickets this year than last year?
A.
I thought I put them in your mailbox.
B.
I didn't organize the concert last year.
C.
It will be held on Tuesday.
Number 26.
Should I present the sales figures at today's meeting or tomorrow's?
A.
Tomorrow's has been cancelled.
B.
Only a slight increase.
C.
Are all purchases final?
Number 27.
This jacket isn't as warm as I thought it would be.
A.
With a matching scarf.
B.
According to the weather report.
C.
Would you like to go inside?
Number 28.
We can leave our bags at the reception desk, can't we?